It's time to begin the Mopco 2x2x2x2x2x2 show. I am joined this evening by some wonderful members of the Mop and Bucket Company and by my amazing partner, Kat Coppet. Kat Coppet, are you out there in the Zoom verse?
I'm out here in the Zoom verse.
Oh, that's wonderful. Kat is actually across the room from me in the other side of the bedroom. Looking good over there, dear.
Hi, sweetie.
Yes, indeed. Kat is not only a wonderful improviser, etc. She's also our numbers maven. She will be calling the numbers this evening, but let's see who those numbers are. Let's bring on the entire cast.
Do I look a little gauzy to you?
This beautiful group of people.
Go.
You just sort of, Kat, you're tessering in and out of reality.
I looked a little gauzy there for a minute. I had to wipe the Vaseline off the camera lens.
I think you're very gauzy, dear, at all times, without Vaseline. There's no question. So, numbers maven, we'll call the first two numbers. Those two people will do a two-person scene. We do have some suggestions on YouTube. If anyone wants them, let us know. We'll pick some for you. Or you can just start cold. Numbers maven.
Number 1.
Hello.
And number 2. So far, we're going in order.
That's pretty amazing.
Would you gentlemen like a suggestion?
All right, yeah.
I'm game.
We have places, we have a relationship, and we have an object.
I'm amicable to any of them. Samuel?
I'm very curious about the object.
It is a time capsule.
Ooh.
Oh. You want to open it first?
I'm really excited. I'm really excited, but I'm a little nervous.
Marcus, we came out here for a purpose, and that purpose is near fulfilled. We read the instructions, we followed the clues, we dug it up, and here we are in the middle of the woods about to see what the people of 50 years ago. 50 years ago.
50 whole years. 50, you do know I'm older than 50.
Yeah. It's just, there's another one next to it that's 100 years old, but I'm saying, like, we're going
Well, that
in
would
reverse.
be really exciting.
But then there's another one that's 150 years old that's right next to that one. Then the 200, I'm saying it goes like, I thought we could go in reverse order, and it would be, like, fun to, like, 50, 100, 150, 200. Like, it would be fun to, like, go through each of them one at a time, unless you want to start with the oldest one first, and we can work our way back to currency, but I feel like it's more underwhelming as we get closer to modern.
This is getting, just hear me out, but the skeptic in me is starting to feel like when you said, oh my God, I found a treasure trove of ancient knowledge, come see, is now thinking, this sounds really like, is this one of your projects?
They assigned us in school to find the old time capsule that the old high school classes had buried because they kind of lost the map. And if I do find it, and I bring it back, I get extra credit. So
okay,
I may have roped you into this. I may have roped you into this.
Yeah. And are those other things real? Are they really other capsules, or is it just the one that actually that has stuff that happened within my own actual lifetime?
I mean, maybe if we keep digging, we'll find older ones, but it is just the one from 50 years ago that the school district kind of lost.
All right. Well, thank you for being honest. Why don't we just let's just open it.
Okay.
It might be going down memory lane, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun for me anyway.
Yeah.
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 All right, let's open that puppy. Pop that puppy open. What do we got?
Ooh, Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
Huh. Yeah. So it's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what this is.
Oh, hey, hand that over. Hand that over. Okay, this was called the Club. And it's not. It's really more from like a late '80s, '90s thing. It's not really 50 years old. But what you would do is you would extend it and you would put it in the steering wheel of your car to slightly inconvenience car thieves. For a few moments before they stole your car. It never really worked.
All right.
We had cars. We still had cars.
Well, I mean, like,
This isn't 50 years old.
yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just a bunch of stuff the school kind of just buried.
Those are Pogs. Those were a 90s thing.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm pretty sure that the district, and when I say the district, I really just mean the school superintendent came up to me and said, "Hey, could you find some stuff I buried a number of years ago?" I'm pretty sure, and this is only because I think this is a bloody knife, and I think we were mostly just, well, I was mostly just tricked out here to get my fingerprints all over stuff.
Somebody saw you with it. Dude, there was somebody who just,
Yeah.
that guy, that jogger, he came over and he,
I think I'm being framed for a murder.
And scene. I hate it when that happens. I hate it when that happens.
That was that took a little turn.
It took a turn at Albuquerque. There is no question about that.
Wow.
Well, numbers, Maven. Let's
Did
see.
those, I might have missed it. Did those two characters have names by any chance?
I don't think so.
Right.
Characters?
Find out.
Actors who played those characters?
You know, I don't know that I did have a name. I don't know that Walt's character did have a name, but
I'm not going to give you any name that will link me to
My
a
name
possible
is
crime.
Fred.
Well, okay.
Their names are Fred and Gerard.
Yes.
Wait, well, Peter just said his name was Fred.
That's
so.
the jogger. That was very clear. He made that
Jogger was
very
Fred.
clear when he came on. His name
Fred.
was Fred.
All right. Okay.
He looked like a
All
Fred.
right.
All right. Feel like
We
you're
don't have
trying.
to spend a lot of time on this. You either have names or you don't. Would you like to give yourself names?
I'm Gerard.
All right.
I'm Gerard's friend.
All right.
Oh, God.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Gerard's friend and Fred. Numbers, Maven. Where are we going from here?
Number 4
That would be moi.
and number
5.
5.
And that would be
Peter. Fred. Maybe Fred. Would you like a suggestion, gentlemen?
oh no, we don't need suggestions.
All
Not
right.
Fry. Do we, Fred?
We don't need suggestions, Ted.
Fred, I'm glad you feel that way. Because if we did need suggestions, that would show a certain
Immorality.
vulnerability combined with immorality.
There's a reason they call certain things suggestion.
Oh, you're in the realm of sexual suggestiveness.
We are
Admit it.
moral authorities
Yes, we are. The children depend on us to be role models,
to be examples.
examples and role models. Moral authorities, examples, role models
Impeccable examples.
of role modeling moral authority.
And not suggestibility.
We are not suggestible or suggestive. We are impeccable role models.
That's why, Ted, I suggest you zip up your fly.
I am so sorry, my friend.
I didn't.
Fred, will you forgive me?
Ted, I will forgive you as soon as the deed is done.
It's done. My flies are fastened.
Thank you.
I've fastened my flies. Fred.
I think we can adjourn this meeting.
No, please, I'm so desperately lonely. Please don't adjourn yet, Fred, please. All I do all day is sit here and look at these darn walls and think about those darn kids, and I try to do the crossword, but I can't focus, and then everything is just confusing, and I find myself waking up in a cold sweat with blood on my hands, and I don't know why. Does that ever happen to you?
Teddy, it happens to me every night because it's 2021.
And this is the way we roll.
I had a dream.
Martin Luther King, 1968.
I can be more specific than that.
Good.
I had a dream
Yes?
that, you know, Ed,
Of course I know Ed, Fred.
yes, that Ed came over to the house and the kitchen was a mess.
Oh, dear. The kitchen was as messy as an unmade bed, Fred, when Ed came over.
I was full of dread.
I don't blame you. Ed can be awfully judgmental, if you ask me.
I was going to make croissants and I realized that's a form of bread. And then this whole rhyming thing got cloying and jejune.
I hate it when it gets going.
Ted, I feel badly that you're having anxiety.
It's the blood.
Blood.
Yes.
I'd be more careful when I was zipping up my fly next time.
No, it's not that at all. It's just I go into that state when I can't focus on the crossword, and when I come out of it, I'm all sweaty with blood on my hands, and I don't know why.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it.
No, I don't. Yes, I do. I can't be full of denial. I worry about it terribly. It worries me terribly, Fred, because of what it suggests, which is why I was happy when you say we didn't want suggestions at the beginning of this conversation, because I didn't.
Suggests that we are cooking, that you are just merely cooking rare meat.
Are you cooking with me? Is this a metaphor? Are we cooking a rare meat, Fred?
Is that some kind of suggestion?
No. Withdrawn.
All right. I suggest you do what I do. I'm going to go out for another jog.
Yes, Freddie. The exercise will do us good. I'll put on my spandex. Au revoir.
I'll be in tow.
Yay!
All right, there we go. And there we go. And well, now it's a process of elimination, isn't it? I have a feeling it's Jen and Kat. Yes, it is. All right, Numbers Maven, you have done well.
Do we need a suggestion, Jen?
If you'd like, or just jump in. What do you?
You
What
can
do you
just jump in.
Okay. Jejune. J-E-J-E-U-N-E. Jejune.
You are so ready, my darling. You're going to win this spelling bee, and then you're going to go to the regionals, to the state, and the regionals, and the state, and then you're going to get a scholarship. You're going to go to Harvard. You're going to become a doctor and a professor all in one, a professor in doctor medical school, and then you're going to support me in my old age and be everything that I've wished for since I was living by
Let's
myself.
put another word. Let's do another word.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. All right. Another word. Yes.
I
All
know
right.
I know the spelling's be really important to you, Mom.
It's very important to me, dear. Tell me again. Tell me again what you're doing this all for.
Well, I know that you think I'm doing it for the Harvard and the doctor and the professor. But actually, I'm doing it for Cranberry High.
What?
Yeah. Morale at the school has been just totally in the dumps ever since Gerard and his friend got arrested.
All right. Well, if that gives you a little extra boost of motivation that your friends are supporting you and cheering you on, then I'm all right with that, dear. Just don't let you lose focus.
Well, I don't actually have many or any friends.
All
But
right.
I just figured that this could be my way, A, to help morale at school, and B, maybe to earn some friends, win some friends, you know, the kind of people who really look up to somebody who can spell a lot of things.
Spell is going to get you many, many things, my dear, but you must remember to be focused.
Focused.
Camaraderie.
Yes, that's exactly why I'm doing this, because I want more of a sense of
Spell it, dear. Spell it.
Okay. Camaraderie. CAMAREDIE?
Oh,
Camaraderie?
no. Samantha.
Let me try again. Okay.
No, Samantha, you are not going to have a second chance to spell a word. You will hear the bell of death and you will be eliminated.
I know, but this is just you and me, just practice.
You should know this word. This is a 6th grade word, spelling bee word, Samantha.
I do know the word. I do it. It's COMRA.
It is not O. No, that is wrong. That is the second time you've spelled that word wrong.
Okay. It's I don't know how to spell it, Mom.
I know what the problem is, Samantha. Camaraderie is the problem. You're not focused. You're not concentrating. You took your eye off the ball. All of a sudden it's about friends and camaraderie and your high school and having people look up to you. When did you start to think about these things?
I've been thinking about them all along, Mom.
That's impossible. I've never heard you say word one about any of that.
Well, of course you haven't, Mom, because you probably would react just like this.
I have your best interest at heart and you know it.
Well, don't you think it would be good for me to have some friends and do some activities after school instead of just studying spelling all the time?
Why? What's that going to get you? Friends will never stick by you. Activities will never. This is an activity. You're going to waste your time with something that you're never going to be best at?
Well, what about your friends from high school?
Exactly. Have you ever met one person that I knew in high school? Where did they go? We were so close. We were going to stick with each other forever. We had little daisy chain bracelets and lockets that we split in half and shared. And we were going to write to each other every day when we went off to college and to get married. We were going to never, ever lose trust. Have you seen one of those people around? One of them ever? When your father died? When I moved here? Ever? Once? No, never.
No. You don't have any friends anymore.
I have you, and that's all I need.
Yeah, but, you know, pressure, 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 Mom.
Scene. Ah, you're back. I was worried that you'd be subsumed by the character and we'd never see you again.
That's what we were worried about. That is the end of round 1 of our scenes.
In fact, the end of the first half of this program.
Very nice. And now, here we go. Let's see what we've got.
It's my time. It's
Yes.
my
For a
time.
commercial.
We could remind our viewers that the Mopco Improv Theater, while on hiatus in North J, is not by any way stretch of the imagination out of business. We're offering classes on a regular basis online right here with Zoom, and you can find out about such things by pointing your web browser to www.mopco.org or liking us on Facebook, facebook.com/Mopco, or even checking out our Eventbrite page. So if you'd like to know how we do these things that we do, take a class and find out for yourself. Yes, you can do it. We also offer a gift cards, which are wonderful gifts to give to your cards. All right. Thank you, Kat, for indulging me.
All right. Are we ready?
Numbers Maven.
Number one.
Number one.
Number
And
5.
5.
Hi, Mr. Hollis.
Hello.
It's very interesting for you to be visiting me in jail.
Gerard, I just feel badly about the entire situation.
Yeah. Don't really know I should be talking with you without an attorney present or something like that.
Remember that every conversation you have, unless an attorney, it's with your lawyer, every conversation is taped.
Yes, I do remember that. I gotta say, Mr.
And I
Hollis,
want it on tape that I think my brother Ted is a killer.
Mr. Hollis, I am really, really glad that you said that. Because I keep trying to tell people, and they don't believe me. No one believes me. And my friend, I haven't even seen my friend in, I don't even know where they put him. You know they don't let you share cells with like your friends if you're arrested together?
Of course not.
I didn't know that. You never taught me that at Cranberry High. No one ever taught me that at Cranberry High.
Well, I was your physics and morality teacher. I wasn't your jail teacher.
That's true.
What? I just told you that I thought my brother did the crime you're in jail for. Now you're going to focus? Like, what the hell?
I just feel like no one... Oh. You said hell.
I knew that visiting you in this environment would lead to my moral decay.
I'm sorry. I was told it was a time capsule. I was told I would be digging up a time capsule. And nobody prepared me for the Kafkaesque nightmare that followed.
Well, I'm really sorry, but now that you're incarcerated, I'm not sure there's much we can do about it.
Then why are you here?
I just feel bad.
You feel bad?
Yeah. I'm not saying you don't feel worse.
No, I know, and I'm appreciative of your empathy. Anything I say can and will be used against me, but nothing I'm saying is anything that I think should be used against. I'm telling the truth here, and it's all very...
I just think that I'm going to be Ted's next victim, and if something should happen to me...
What's gonna...
I worry that I'll be the next person someone digs up.
Okay. Okay.
I feel myself disappearing.
What? Wait, Mr. Hollis. What? Everyone saw that, right? Everyone just saw that, right? Where did he go? Oh God, you're back.
Sorry, I was lost in a moment of unspeakable horror.
You were lost in a moment of non-existence where you were lost and you didn't exist. You existed and then you just stopped existing. You weren't existing and then you weren't anymore. And what the hell? What is?
Seems Kafkaesque.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few other authors I can name as well.
Can you see me?
I can see you. I can see you, Mr. Hollis. Am I going mad, Mr. Hollis? I hear the faint sounds of Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, Mr. Hollis.
Scene.
Oh my. What tangled
Plot
web.
thickens.
Yes, it does. Well numbered, Maven. I can hardly wait to see what happens next.
Number 2.
Number 2. And
Number 3.
3.
We can still give suggestions if you like, or you can just go from there. There's a lot of threads.
I'm good if we.
Okay.
Young Samantha, can you see me?
Yes?
What's my name? I don't have a name, Samantha.
Are you the ghost of Gerard's friend?
I don't. Oh my God, I remember. 50 years ago. I think it was the school superintendent. I'm not sure. He wanted my pogs. He was collecting pogs. I wouldn't give them to him.
Okay, Ghost, I don't know what you're talking about, but why are you in my room? I have to get up really early for the spelling bee tomorrow.
I've been murdered. I was murdered 50 years ago and somehow tethered to young Gerard. And you were thinking of Gerard and camaraderie. And I followed that silver thread of camaraderie to you because if I'm going to haunt any place, it's not going to be a goddamn maximum security prison with one toilet for 4 people.
Okay, wait a minute. Are you saying that Gerard was thinking about me in prison?
No, it's saying you were thinking about Gerard. Gerard right now is just, he's lost it. I'm dead. I'm a ghost, but I don't do that level of crazy.
Oh, that's so tragic.
It is.
He's probably gone crazy because he couldn't see any of his friends and he couldn't go back to school, and maybe because he was missing his true love that he's never told anybody about so badly. He was missing her.
I mean, I was like his full-time imaginary / ghost friend, and he never mentioned anybody he had feelings like that about, so I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably fine with the heart department. But listen.
Now, hang on a second. You know, he may have called me Sam instead of Samantha, so you might be thinking, did he ever mention a Sam? Because
No, now listen.
What about a Sammy? Sammy? Some people call me Sam.
Wait! Are you the black member of the Rat Pack? No, that's, he meant, it's only Sam he ever mentioned.
Different Sammy.
Glass eye, you look fine. No.
Different person altogether.
Listen. Focus here. The murders have started again. Fred Hollis is trapped between worlds like I am because he was killed. The rampage of...
You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of everybody telling me to focus. I'm focused. Could you repeat that? I wasn't actually. Did you say something about Fred Hollis?
It's pretty clear that if you're going to help clear Gerard's name and free me and Fred from being trapped on this mortal plane, we're going to have to get you to get your shit together.
Hey, all right. I know. I'm a mess. It's just I've probably been studying too hard, and the big beat is tomorrow, and I'm just.
Have you ever touched the astral plane?
I don't think so.
Okay, brace yourself.
Okay.
There.
Ooh, that tingles.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, focus. What's going on with Sam? With you, Sam?
Okay. I have a spelling bee tomorrow, during which I need to spell out the words that will give the clue to lead the authorities to the person who murdered someone.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, this is perfect. This is a perfect way.
That's not a plan.
It's
I
very
can't even follow that.
It's a simple and elegant way to clear Gerard's name, right? And get out the news, tell everybody who the real killer is.
Elegant, spell it.
E-L-I.
We're gonna need a new plan, Sam.
It's nerves. It's just nerves. Okay?
We have to fix what's broken in you.
Okay.
Then we can help Gerard.
You're right. You can't help someone you love until you first help yourself, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
What is Sam's problem?
He's in jail. He's in prison.
Sam is in prison too. Gerard is in prison. You're both in prison.
No.
Yours is metaphorical.
I wasn't focusing. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's good. That was a Freudian slip. You are in prison, and who is your jailer?
The dictionary?
And who wields the dictionary like a whip?
My mom.
Bingo!
So you're saying...
Scene. It's us.
Is.
Is this seat taken?
No.
Oh, great. So I love a good spelling bee. Oh, we've met, haven't we? You're Samantha, you're Samantha's mother.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You are.
Oh, I'm Fred.
All right.
I'm sorry if I'm staring. It's a very bad habit of mine. You do remember me.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little distracted.
Distracted, are you?
I'm sure I should remember you. I'm sure I should.
Oh, you should remember me. I worked here at the school. Does that ring any bells? Clarissa, do you mind if I call you Clarissa?
A very long time since anybody called me this. Mr. Franklin?
Yes.
Is that you?
Ted Franklin, yes. Do you remember me now?
Yes, Mr. Franklin, of course I remember you.
What is it that what is it that you remember?
I remember that you were instrumental in turning me on to history, and that if I'd followed your advice, I probably would have applied to Princeton's history department, and instead of going off to college to study,
Dental hygiene, if I remember correctly.
yes, as my parents suggested.
Did you meet that nice, safe dentist?
I did.
How did that work out for you, Clarissa?
We were very happy for the 6 years that we were together before he died of cancer.
Oh, he died of cancer.
It's a strange way to say that, Mr. Franklin.
Well, not all of us have that luxury, do we?
Excuse me?
Some of us.
Excuse me, Mr. Franklin, could you just please sit back for a moment?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Right,
Yes.
it's good to see you again, Mr. Franklin.
It's very good to see you, Clarissa, after all these years.
All right. Thank you.
You see, I like being reminded of happier times. I've been rather stuck recently. Do you know the
Sorry,
feeling?
what?
I've been rather stuck. I've felt a bit lonely. I've felt that I didn't really have any actual friends. I've been desperate for contact.
That's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Mr. Franklin, excuse me, but all of the spellers should be on the podium, on the stage at this point, should they not?
Yeah. Looks like they're all there. Oh, I see. There's one speller missing.
Yes, my daughter. Samantha isn't up there.
Sam's not on the stage. Is that what you're saying?
That is what I'm saying.
Your daughter's missing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
She's supposed to be one of the spellers in the spelling.
He's supposed to be one of the spellers. I'm afraid I'm going to have to. No, they're not going to let me back there. There's very tight security.
They're not going.
Excuse me while I text her.
Oh, text her, please do.
Oh, she's not going to have her phone. They take their phones.
Take their phones because they could cheat with their phones, and they don't like things that are not moral. This school provides very good moral instruction, as you might remember.
Mr. Franklin, is there something that you'd like from me? Because I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with you leaning in so close. Could you please just...
I did it again. I'm so sorry. I have a hard time with my placement sometimes. Sometimes I'm not placed quite the way I would want to be in space because it takes a certain amount of concentration to keep myself in one space. Since the incident.
Since the what?
The incident.
They're starting.
Oh, what a shame. And your daughter isn't there. Isn't it terrible to be missing someone that you care for so deeply? Isn't it terrible to have your plans interrupted suddenly?
Excuse me. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go back and find her. It was very nice seeing you again.
You won't.
What? Excuse me, please.
Can we just set this aside and you stop pretending that you don't remember what you did? Oh, I must say you're very cool. You're very cool, acting like it's nothing at all to meet me here, sitting next to you in this audience for the spelling bee where your daughter's missing. Very cool indeed, but you always were a cool customer, weren't you, Clarissa?
I'm afraid I don't understand, Mr. Franklin.
That day, Clarissa, that day outside of the drama club where you had that little meltdown, I suppose you'd call it. Surely you remember?
Mr. Franklin, if you're talking about the moment when you wanted to rehearse that scene with me and I refused, I'm
talking about what happened after. Now, perhaps I was out of line trying to do that kind of...
Mr. Franklin, we are in the middle of the audience of a spelling bee and my daughter is missing. I am afraid that you are making a fool of yourself and I need to go find my daughter.
Look around. Look around. Is anyone watching me? Is anyone paying the least attention to me? Does anyone seem to even know I'm here?
I'm really not quite sure why.
I am missing. And you do know why. And if your daughter's missing because she ran away from you, well, then more power to the girl. Is it coming back now?
I have to go.
As that boy sits and rots in jail. Darn it. I hate it when that happens.
Okay.
Wow. You know what? There's time.
No, I understand. We have been through 2 rounds. My suggestion is that we do a free-for-all. Whoever wants to, like, we call our own numbers rather than doing it randomly. So, because we have some threads to wrap up, don't we?
Yes.
So, why don't we just turn off our cameras and claim, like, well, we can just, whoever wants to come, who wants to do a scene with who, just call it, ladies and gentlemen.
So we can come on and call someone into the scene.
Yes.
Like we're on stage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like we're on stage.
Just like we're on stage.
Cameras off.
I'm just going to stay here until someone comes on, just so we don't have a blank screen, but just someone
very
come on and then call someone else on.
Yes.
Samantha, are you there?
I'm here, Gerard.
Soon I can hear the sirens. They know I've escaped. They know I'm out.
I know. Don't worry, you're safe in the basement. Okay.
I don't know how long you can keep me here. I'll be honest. They heard everything I was talking about in that jail, and I was kind of losing my marbles there for a while. I could have said anything out loud.
Yeah. I know that, Gerard. I know you would never murder anybody, no matter what the tape said.
What the tape?
Yeah.
What tape?
They have this tape of you confessing.
What?
I didn't. I was like, that's not Gerard's voice, but everybody said it is. So everybody figures you were the murderer. Except me. I know you weren't. I know you aren't.
Whose voice does it sound like?
You know that guy who's always kind of hanging around the school and nobody knows why?
The one that just sort of seems to float around the place?
No, not the ghost. The other one.
Oh.
No, the real guy.
Right.
And he just kind of is always hanging around bothering people.
At the school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what is his name? Franklin something, I think. The voice on the tape sounded exactly like that Franklin guy. Mr. Franklin, that's what it is. Mr. Franklin.
Mr. Franklin. Is he a teacher? I never actually had him as a teacher.
You know, somebody said he was a guidance counselor, but I don't even know what guidance counselors do, so maybe that's why he's always hanging around. I don't know.
Maybe. Look, I gotta be honest with you.
What?
I haven't had anything to eat or drink in a couple days because I've been hiding out in a ditch.
No, of course, Gerard. I got your favorite food, which I know because from I always try to stand behind you online at the
Hey.
cafeteria, which you may or may not have noticed.
Yeah. 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 Oh, you do. That is you. Oh,
Yeah,
you're the one who's always. Oh, and then. Oh, wow.
yeah. So I have some
Ah.
chicken patties and applesauce that I picked up on my way home from school.
Oh, wow.
That it's just in the oven right now. It'll be ready in just the chicken patties, not the applesauce. 'Cause
Yeah. Yeah.
terrible. The chicken patties are in the oven. They'll be done just a minute.
Hey, you're not. I'm not keeping you from anything, am I?
No.
Okay.
Yes,
What?
I'm supposed to be at the spelling bee right now.
The spelling bee?
Yeah, you see, the whole school has really been in the dumps ever since you went to prison. Because let's face it, Gerard, you are very popular. Everybody likes you. You're friends with everybody,
Oh, yeah.
except me, and so everybody has just been like moping around, worried about you, wondering what's going to happen. And so I thought maybe I could just, I don't know, boost morale or something.
Oh.
Do you like spelling?
I do. I love anything that can get me extra credit.
Oh,
That's kind of the reason I'm in this mess to begin with. Oh gosh.
because of spelling or extra credit?
Extra credit.
Oh, wait, you didn't try to find that time capsule, did you?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell people.
Oh,
Did someone else try to get you to find that time? How do you know about the time capsule?
well, it was kind of this contest that they were having, and then this weird. Okay, don't laugh, but the
Okay.
guy from school, he appeared in my bedroom,
Yeah.
and I think he was trying to tell me something like to go and get it. Let me go get those chicken patties and applesauce, and then maybe you and I can figure this out later, together or something.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I'd like that.
Yeah.
Dean.
Oh God. Soulless void, soulless void. It's so damn boring. Oh.
So this is the undead.
Oh, it sucks, doesn't it? I mean, on the cartoons, those kids in Scooby Doo, they solve all the shit and it's all done, and these guys can't get their act together. Sam and Gerard. So, your brother did it?
Mhm.
Your brother got you?
Yeah,
You got me too.
yeah. Don't take this personally, but I'm wondering if having to listen to you complain for all eternity is my version of hell.
You know what? That's fine. I mean,
Fine.
I know I'm not even
We're
gonna,
both in the same circumstance. I'm just saying that
I get it.
listening to you take issue with everything I too am experiencing is not enhancing my experience.
I'm sorry. I've just been floating in this void for 40 years. You just freaking got here. You have
Yeah.
no idea.
It seems like 40 years.
Well, there's a way out. You just won't like it.
What's the way out? Tell
You gotta-
Fred the way out.
You gotta tether yourself to the soul of a teenager that is like caught up in angst and teen bullshit. Because they're the only ones who's strong enough emotionally to pull us in.
That's all of them. Every teenager is caught up in teen angst.
And they all suck.
Well, if that's the way out, why haven't you done it if it seems so? You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm sorry. 3 days of this is enough to drive me out of my mind.
Yeah, well, I've been doing it. I was tethered to Gerard when you came jogging up and really, frankly, you ruined a good thing. He was the only one that was like mellow enough for me to deal with, and now he's in jail.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
Well, you witnessed him digging the thing up. You shook the whole chain. I mean, all right, sure, it was your brother's fault.
I didn't know it was his at the time. And what stopped you from being chained to him? I would have thought that being accused of a crime you didn't commit would cause you even more angst as a teenager.
Yeah, but in jail? I don't want to be tethered to someone in jail. The next one I was allowed to link up to was the girl he's got a crush on because of the emotional tie. And holy shit, have you ever heard a teenage girl whine about the boy not paying attention to her?
Maybe the reason you can't link to people is because you're such a pill. Blame the teenagers. You're the constant in this relationship. I'm beginning to disappear.
I'm sorry.
Tethered.
Oh my God, I discorporated him. Maybe it is me. I'm my own problem. I need some work on me.
Did I startle you?
Yes, how did you get into my house?
Oh, I have my ways of getting into places.
I would ask you to leave, please.
I would ask you, did you find your daughter?
No, but I'm sure she'll be home any minute. I've texted her, and she's a very responsible young woman.
Did you look in the basement?
Why would I look in the basement?
Why wouldn't you look in the basement?
Why would I look in the basement?
Gerard, be quiet. Be very, very quiet, okay?
Okay. I'll be incredibly quiet.
Samantha?
Never
Samantha! Samantha!
All right, Gerard, I'm gonna go upstairs and cover for us, okay? You stay here, okay?
Bring Gerard up with you.
Oh shit, they know you're here too.
And one of them specifically asking for me, and I'm too polite to say no.
That voice is really familiar.
It is familiar.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we should go up.
Samantha, come here right now.
I'm coming.
I'm also coming.
And here they are.
What?
Hi, I'm Mrs. Samantha's mom.
Samantha, what is going on? What happened to you?
Love, Mom. Love happened to me. I just couldn't let Gerard sit there in that prison cell, not when I know in my heart that he didn't do it.
I can't. You threw away your entire future, our entire future, everything I've told you for your entire life, you threw away on a felon who
I'm really not
even
convicted.
spoken to you?
Yeah.
You're not listening, Mom. He's not a felon. A, he hasn't been convicted, and B, he didn't do it. And you know what, Mom? There's some things that are more important than spelling. Who is that, Mr. Franklin?
Hi, Mr. Franklin.
And why are you still here? Get out of my house.
Why is the guidance counselor?
I am in pursuit of truth, Clarissa. Truth.
Truth.
Very good. Very good, Gerard.
Thank you.
A crime was committed.
That was really good.
Thank you.
A person died. A weapon was hidden. A boy was framed.
Framed?
Framed.
What do you mean framed? Clarissa,
Like
come here next to me.
Well, not like a photograph. Like
No. Caused to appear to be the
We all know what framed means.
Oh, good. Then why did you ask?
Cut to the chase. Are you saying that Gerard was framed.
I am saying that Gerard was framed.
I am also saying that Gerard was framed.
Me too.
Framed.
Right. Well, I'm calling the police. We're
The
going to
only
get to the bottom of this.
Is which criminal framed which person?
Well, the police will be able to tell us.
Are you really willing to take that risk?
I don't see why not.
We were talking about that day many years ago outside the drama club when I wanted to rehearse a scene with you, but you didn't want to rehearse the scene with me. And I said you had a bit of a meltdown. Do you remember that day very clearly, Clarissa?
Mr. Franklin, my mom was never in the drama club.
Your
I'm
mom-
sure of it. She's
The queen of the drama club, the queen of the drama club.
If you have something to say,
God, she was magnificent.
She was?
She picked up Lady Macbeth's knife. It was supposed to be a prop knife, but it wasn't a prop knife because I hadn't gotten the prop knife yet. It was a real knife. I warned the kids not to use it, but she wasn't there because she was at the spelling club and was late for rehearsal. When it was time, she picked up Lady Macbeth's knife. She resisted when I wanted to rehearse a specific scene. Is it coming back to you now, Clarissa?
Mom?
if I had stayed focused on the spelling bee and not tried to do extracurriculars to get attention and the limelight, everything would have worked out just fine.
Is that why you don't want me to do anything else besides spelling?
Just think, life can be very complicated.
Complicated.
Spelling is very clear.
Clear.
There's a right way and a wrong way to spell even the most complicated words.
That's
If
correct.
you just study hard enough and
Yes.
stay focused enough, you
Yes.
can always get it right.
Not homonyms, Mom. Homonyms, you can be right and wrong at the same time. They really drive me crazy.
That's
And
why
now
you always ask for a definition of the word, Samantha. You always ask for the definition.
I know that.
Carotid artery.
Mom, drama club isn't to blame for your misfortune. In fact, if anything's to blame for your misfortune, it's Mr. Franklin. It was his knife.
It was my knife, and as the knife came down and punctured poor Ziggy Beanbaum's neck, I knew that it was my fault, but I enlisted your mother's aid, and together we buried poor Ziggy, and no one was ever the wiser except
Ziggy Beanbomb.
Yes,
Someone summoned me. I have a name.
Ziggy Beanbaum.
And you admitted what you did, and now I am free.
Yes, Ziggy, be free, and I shall be free as well of the string of crimes I have committed since that horrendous day. Trying
Goodbye.
to get over the damage.
Ziggy, before you go, help me loosen this heavy mirror and make it plunge. Plunge!
Yes! Revenge on the way out is the best revenge. You know what's great? Fred, being dead, we don't have to clean any of this up.
Yeah, no bad luck neither.
Ciao.
Happens.
Bye, Ziggy.
Oh dear.
He was gonna teach me how to dance before prom.
He wasn't a very good man.
Covering up a crime is worse than the crime itself.
That's a good point.
Goodbye, brother.
Plus, you killed me and I'm pissed off.
Guess I should call the police after all.
Will you stand by Gerard and tell them that it wasn't him? They're not going to listen to a bunch of kids, but they'll listen to you, Mom.
guess I will once they hear that I can show them where the body's buried and who it is and tell them the backstory.
Does anybody remember the whole actual backstory?
There was a guy named Ziggy Beanbaum who was my friend for a while, but he was actually the ghost of somebody who was actually the ghost of a fellow student who was murdered.
Police exposition line. How can I help you?
I'd like to report a murder, please.
And a montage of police cars slowly converging on the suburban house. There are lights flashing. And for no apparent reason, the mother putting a raincoat over the shoulders of the daughter. As Gerard earnestly speaks to a man who might or might not be an attorney.
And then, oh gosh, and then I had out in a ditch for 2 days, and then there was another thing.
And scene.
Happy Halloween, everyone!
You know, it's funny. We talk so much about we talk so much about frames. Well, I'll say in a moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, take a moment.
I just happened to remember that there was one moment. There was a.
If you need a moment, Sam,
I need a moment.
Your thoughts together.
When you're ready.
I just knew that yet again I'd be dying in this scene.
And I wouldn't let you stay dead.
And you know what? When I let the mirror go, I thought, you guys get to decide who dies.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. But the right person died, I think.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
we
interesting.
decided.
I had the Fred Ted thing. I actually heard that I had been killed, but that wasn't what anybody else heard. So Walt said Fred, but I heard Ted. So I thought, oh, I was killed. Okay, so I'm in and out ever since then. And then, so that's sort of what I was doing to poor Clarissa and at the spelling bee.
Sixth Sense kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you were alive or dead when you said like nobody's paying attention to me.
Right, because I thought I heard Walt say that I had been killed and was in
Oh, he
and out.
was making you the murderer.
He was making me the murderer and Pete the victim, but I thought I was the victim. Pete was the murderer.
You got Fred, you got Ted, and then you got Zoom sound.
So that's why I sort of tap danced all over the place trying to get back to some sort of logical.
There was an Ed in there at one point.
Yeah, there was.
Cool. No names that rhyme, okay?
And bread, and I was like, we're getting too deep into this at the expense of any content. Yeah.
So, folks, that's thus ends another night with the Mop and Bucket Company and 2x2x2. Tonight's 2x2x2 was much more of a narrative whodunit than it normally is, but then again, maybe there isn't a normal.
I was worried that we would be caught on Connection Island, but we broke through.
We broke through Connection Island.
No.
No.
In the sequel, Ziggy comes back for his pogs.
Nobody ever, you know what? Nobody ever says to a ghost, you know, as a ghost, you're a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like so.
Unless what's the name of the Blythe Spirit is a little.
Blythe Spirit is.
That's right. That's right.
It's never going to be a good idea when your ex-wife is or when your former wife is your ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Brenny and Yvonne Perry were really good in that.
They were.
Who made the movie? There was a movie version. Who made the movie version?
Rex Harrison.
Yes. Yes.
And I can't remember who the women were.
Isn't that always the way?
You're gonna
I want to say Myrna Loy, but that could be wrong.
Or Claudette Colbert, maybe?
Claudette Colbert, maybe.
Myrna Loy was one of the ghosts in Topper, wasn't
Yeah, I was
she?
gonna say.
Oh, that's why I'm thinking Myrna Loy. That
Cary Grant and Myrna
Topper
Loy.
was fantastic. I love Topper. What?
Yeah, it was great. Even though it had such awkward special effects, it was still.
Oh, but it was fantastic special effects for the time.
We need to invest more deeply in the awkward special effects department, I think.
Imagine how magical that was at the time.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, it's
interesting.
sign-off time. But
Hold on
Sam,
a second.
We're still
Oh,
vampires.
no. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good to see
No,
you.
I was
He's
just
still here.
You bring up bad special effects, and we were talking about framing, and it just so happens that I was recalling as we were all talking about this, I was recalling that one picture that just happens to hang by the side of the stage door, and
Cranberry High?
at Cranberry High, yeah, just that one picture that I am currently unable to screen share.
Oh,
Oh, that one.
here we are giving you.
Fix that.
Maybe someone needs to make him the host.
I know why. Yeah, of course.
We don't need another ghost.
I
know, I know.
exactly make him the ghost.
Oh,
Right.
good Lord.
Are you better able to screen share?
Well, let me see. And again, just talking about really, really bad special effects here.
Here we go.
Here we are.
Yeah,
Ow.
yeah. It's just strange that I've just never noticed before that picture hanging there
The whole time. They're the whole time.
the whole time.
It's
Yes.
kind of like the Jack Nicholson at the party.
Yeah.
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 You know,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that was a high school picture, because after that, I no longer allowed any photographer to shoot me looking up my nose.
The title of the movie was The Sixth Senseless.
Wow, thank you for sharing, Sam. That was just
That was
absolutely
awesome.
delightful.
Thank you.
And I'm not even going to ask us what we learned tonight, because we just learned so much that it would just take until midnight. And y'all folks, you got things to do, and we love y'all. And
I don't
we're
have anything to do. It's 2021. Just admit it and be free.
yeah, there's that. But we're going to be back next weekend, and the weekend after that, because we care deeply about you, and because this keeps us sane. Both of those reasons. So until then, thank you, Jack. Yeah, there it is. That's it. Until next week, thank you so much for joining us.